to Regina and Hollis Crime Chat. I'm one of your hosts, Regina, and tonight with us we have our second main host. We have Hollis. Hollis, let's give a shout out to everybody.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody tonight? Happy to be here, Regina, as always.
It's a pleasure having you here, Hollis. Thank you for being here. And we have Char. Char, hello. How are you doing tonight, hun?
Hello. I'm doing great. Glad to be here with all of you. Excited for our premieres.
Awesome. I'm glad you're here, Char. We adore you so much. And last but not least, we have Sammy here with us tonight. Sammy, how you doing, sis?
All right, how are y'all? I'm glad to be here.
And what is true would be here, but she's helping family tonight, so she got off the hook tonight. So, at what is true, we miss you, but we're here for you anyway.
I know, shout out to What Is True. She is also one of our main members of our little group here. And it is sad that she can't be here tonight, but yes, shout out to you, What Is True. We love you, girl. Okay, so ladies, I have a topic for you. Y'all have to excuse my voice a little bit. I've had, with the weather going on, everything's dry, everything's running. It's horrible. It's horrible. So I sound a little rough, so excuse me. But I found something. I was looking up, everyone is asking this question. Why did the parents not know that Don McDougal is dangerous? Why would they let someone like this around their children? And I have some information that I find fascinating that I have to share with you ladies. First, I'm going to read you the penal code for Texas for enticing a child, okay? And that is what he is convicted of. I'm going to read the full penal code so you understand the difference between the felony and the misdemeanor. And he has the felony enticing the child. Section,
Now, Regina, can I ask you a question real quick? How many
yes,
times has he been charged with this? How
he
many
has
charges
several
how many times?
convictions. He has multiple convictions for
Okay,
this.
okay.
Okay, multiple convictions for enticing a child. Section 25.04, enticing a child. Section A, a person commits an offense if, with the intent to interfere with the lawful custody of a child younger than 18 years, he knowingly entices, persuades, or takes the child from the custody of the parent or guardian or person standing in the stead of the parent or guardian of such child. Subsection B. An offense under this section is a Class B misdemeanor unless it is shown on the trial of the offense that the actor intended to commit a felony against the child, in which event an offense under this section is a felony of the third degree, which is what he is convicted of, the third degree felony, which lets me know and lets our audience know that not only is he convicted of enticing a child, but they had enough proof that he had every intention of committing a felony act against the child. In the court papers, it says enticing a child with the intent to Momo. Y'all know what I mean, Momo? To touch.
Absolutely.
That is what his court records are showing, ladies. So the felony he was going to commit against the child was touching inappropriately, and that is where the enticing a child comes from. Now, with that said, I have something else to read to you, and this blew my mind. Does a person committed of enticing a child have to register as an offender? The enticing a child does not appear on the list of offenses requiring registration under Chapter 62 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. This man was not required to register as a offender on the offender registry list.
Serious?
I'm dead serious. So everyone asking the question, well, why did the parents not, why did they let him around this man? Well, if he's not a registered offender and he's not having to report where he's living, there's nobody to go to that family and tell them that this man is a danger to their child. If he's
Even
not,
though that
Exactly.
even though he was convicted of a felony.
yes,
There
Hmm.
was some jail time in there, wasn't there?
yes, it was almost 3 years.
Mm.
So we have a man
Well,
convicted
we've got
convicted of this, and there was no system in place for these parents to know what he was convicted of unless they go pay for a background check on someone, you guys.
I have to tell you, Regina, I'm actually speechless right now. I don't even know what to say. I'm so speechless.
Me too.
me too. It seems to me that if this man was convicted as a felon for this charge, then should have to register like any other offender. So I would suggest that we have a problem with the law again when it comes to protecting children.
Bingo.
Exactly. I would
What?
like to say this here. I have a question about this here. I fail to understand how it is that somebody with such predatory behavior towards children is not required to have to file as any kind of an offender. This is a
Exactly.
predator.
This is a predator.
Well, that's what bothers me. I mean, you can't really measure on a scale how bad a predator is from 1 to 10. Whether you're a 1 or a 10, you should have to register because all criminals tend to escalate anyway. So I'm really shocked that the state of Texas does not protect our children more.
Right? Right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a letdown. I feel like, and see, even in this legal article I'm reading, no, even if you commit the felony enticing a child, you are not required to register.
It's mind blowing. It's the same thing. It, it equals the same thing as the act itself. I, it doesn't make sense to me. If he was
Right.
convicted of a felony against a child in a sexual manner, then he should have to register.
With
So, what's the
intent,
difference then?
with intent
Yeah.
to assault a child, commit a felony act against a child. Well, if you think about it, there are only so many acts you can commit against a child that are a felony, and all of them are violent in some nature or
Right.
deviant, for a lack of better terms, sexually.
Hmm.
So, what
Everything,
distinguishes?
everything, everything you can commit against a child that is a felony is abuse. And in his case, it is with intent. He lured a child away from their parents or their custodial guardian with the intent to
To do harm.
sexually harm this child. That is what the court records say. That is what the court records say.
then how do you distinguish a child molester from this person?
Right? Right?
So my question is this, Regina and Char and Sammy. If he didn't have to register as a sex offender in the state of Texas, and he went to apply for a job, let's say at a nursery where children are in, pre-K, and let's say that owner didn't do background checks. Let's say they did a sex offender background check. He would not have popped up.
Exactly. He's not on the registry.
And now he would have only popped up if they did a criminal background check and if they didn't do. Now, I would assume if you work with children, you would have to do both.
Right?
And I would hope that his criminal background check would have led them to realize he shouldn't be around children. But basically, he's not registered.
Hollis, the terrifying factor here is there's no way that these parents would have been able to just go to their computer and look up registered offenders and find out if if he was dangerous to his children, which is what most people do to look up these kind of things. It was not
Well,
readily available where it should have been readily available to warn anybody that he was a predator.
well,
Does
it
that
breaks my heart for the mother, for the father, and for the grandmother. It seems like they're all involved in this and not knowing what's going on. And I just can't imagine being in their position. So my prayers are with the family tonight.
Mine too.
mine
Mine
too?
too.
Ladies, this is so horrible. And what we need to do is we need to figure out what we can do to change these laws, because I feel like if people would have been able to look on the registry and see if he was an offender, I think that this might have been, I think this was avoidable. Not only that, but if he was registered as an offender, as a predator, if he was registered, he never would have been allowed to live on that property with her.
That's right.
He
That's
never would
right.
have been able
That's
to
a
buddy
fact.
buddy with her
That's exactly right. He wouldn't have been able to have lived on that property.
because he would have been within how many feet of a child? And he would have had to have
Exactly. He couldn't have
registered
even
at
held her
that
hand and taken
address.
her to the bus.
Exactly. He would have never been allowed to
Well,
live there.
I know where I live, these offenders are not allowed to live anywhere near a public place where the children will be, like parks, schools, churches, stuff like that.
Do you know what I learned? They also cannot decorate for like Halloween to have kids come trick or treating.
Hmm.
They're not allowed to decorate for certain like things like that.
Well, I want to say something. I think the people that of Texas who have this, that understand that this is going on and have any kind of knowledge of, you know, that they know now this law needs changing. It is up to you all as citizens in Texas to petition your your people that are in charge. And I'm talking, you start at your city hall and you go from your mayor to you work your way to your governor and you get something on the docket to be heard to make a change, because this has to happen for our children to be safer. It's not a patch. A patch won't fix this. This needs total, complete repair. They need to change this law.
I
But
agree
it's the people of
wholeheartedly.
Texas. The people of Texas need to do this. And it starts with a petition. And you have got to get your governor on board. You've got to get your people on board that are going to help you show up at that courtroom to be heard to try to get this changed.
Yes, I couldn't agree more, Sammy. I couldn't agree more.
Definitely.
Char?
Regina, could you
Yes.
could you tell me the dates of his arrest on those charges. Do you have those dates?
I don't have that right now. Able to be
Okay.
pulled up. It's in my files. Hold on just a
Okay.
second. Um, um, let me see here.
How old is this alleged perpetrator? Does
He
anybody
is
know
42
off the
years
cuff?
old.
Yeah,
42. Okay.
yeah.
According to reports, he is 42 years old.
And we don't know. I keep reading it was a red Hello Kitty backpack, and it was found by the dam, which is quite a distance from her home address when I looked on the maps.
Hollis, there are news reports out that they found more stuff along that area. More of the little girl's belongings were found, but they're not specifying what in a news report.
I thought I heard a shoe, but I like to wait till things are really confirmed, but it's so hard. We're getting little pieces here and there, and I fear the worst.
Right, me too. And it's hard to keep hope in this situation whenever there doesn't appear to be any kind of good outcome if this man is the reason she disappeared. Does that make sense?
Yep,
Oh, it makes complete sense.
totally.
Maybe there's a glimmer of hope that this is like that Charlotte, that little girl that went missing that they found. Maybe there is a glimmer of hope that he's holding her somewhere or has her held somewhere and she can still be found, and that's what I'm hoping for at this point.
That would be the best outcome for sure for everybody. I think one of the other reasons that this type of thing hits so hard is because we're mothers. We're all mothers. We
Yep.
think of our own children, our grandchildren, and
Yes.
think that if the laws aren't there to protect our children, then it's a free for all.
I agree
Yeah.
with you, Shar. 100%. I've been watching the Harmony Montgomery trial, and honestly, I can't look at that angelic face without my gut just turning upside down. I literally have to kind of walk away and not watch it because it just tears me up inside. How somebody can do something so horrific to these little angelic children that we have that are so fragile and so trusting.
And something else, Hollis, I would like to
Eh,
add to this, because whenever it comes to the part about the families, there's something driving me absolutely nuts. Every time I see this little girl's mother on the news, all I can see is a woman that is desperate for her child to be found safe.
I agree.
I agree.
Oh
She's
yeah.
in pain. They want this child found.
And something that scares me also is, like I said, if y'all remember um in the baby Simon case, they would quit searching. They would quit searching at night after the mother had confessed that, or the grand, after they figured out that baby Simon had been killed. After they had put enough of that together, they quit looking for him, searching the area and stuff at night. And then they started doing the forensic teams in the landfill. Do y'all remember that?
I
Yes, I
do.
remember that. I remember that. What bothered me is I saw some reports coming up on over the scanner late last night, and I wasn't too sure if they were true or not. And then I kind of noticed what you're talking about. So yeah, this whole case just saddens me. I don't want the outcome that I think it's going to be. And I know that's brutally honest, but I mean, that's what I think this outcome is going to be. So
Yeah.
something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. Something needs to change.
Yes.
This cannot continue to happen.
No. No, it cannot. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you.
Well, listen, ladies, I sure enjoyed chatting with you guys. Regina, I know you've done a lot of work. Char, as always, you always bring the best questions. And Sammee, you know I love the way you think.
Thank you.
And what is
So I've
true?
loved
Thank
doing
you.
crime.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Excuse me, ladies.
I just love doing crime chat with you girls. Crime
I
chat's
do
fun.
too.
I enjoy
It
And I
crime
is
can't wait for
chat.
us
fun.
to go live.
Yes,
We'll be going
yes.
live soon, guys.
Soon, soon. It's so exciting. Also, I would like to say what is true. You are not here, but you are with us, darling. We are thinking of you and we wish you were here. We love you.
Oh, yeah, she's got some good cases she wants to bring to light. She's got
Yes,
quite a
she
few.
does. We have a lot of cases to cover, a lot of cases to cover, a lot of content going to be coming out. And it's going to be a lot of content all the time. Now that we've got everything kind of down packed on what we're doing and stuff.
Yeah, we're just five gals who like to chat a lot. So listen, like, subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing. Share. We just want to have a good time. And if you leave in the comments any case that intrigues you, I guarantee you we will put it on our list.